In part 3 of section 13, we're going to look at long division with polynomials. And example 13.5 is going to take us through a introductory example of long division using whole numbers. So this would be the same process that you learned called the standard algorithm for long division from grade school. So many of you that would have been around the 3rd, 4th, 5th grade time. But the purpose of the standard algorithm is really to help us to find the answer for the division problem, which is what the division algorithm is going to state for us. So I'm going to state the division algorithm. The division algorithm says that if we take a dividend and divide it by a divisor, then the answer to that division problem is equivalent to the quotient plus the remainder over the divisor. So we'll use the standard algorithm for long division to help us to find the value for the quotient and the remainder, so that way we can write the answer to the division problem. So here we're being asked to divide 101 by 3. So in a grade school type setting, you would probably write this as 101 divided by 3 using that division symbol. But now we have become used to using the fraction bar to represent the division, and so we would say 101 divided by 3. So we will eventually write the answer to this once we know what the quotient and the remainder are. So over here to the side, I want to work on the division. So for long division, we have to identify our dividend and our divisor. You can't have one without both in order for a division problem to work. So we're going to take this separator, and we're going to put the dividend on the inside of the separator, and then we'll put the divisor out in front. And this is a way for us to be able to separate the different pieces in the division problem. At the top, we are going to end up seeing the quotient up here, and then down here at the very bottom somewhere is where we're going to end up getting our remainder. And our dividend and divisor are obviously separated here by that separation symbol. So the idea behind long division is that you're not trying to take the entire dividend and divide it by the divisor all at once. You're doing it just one digit at a time. So if I start with the first digit of 1, it would be the one that's on the left here. 3 does not go into 1, and so you may have been taught to put a 0 in the place for that. So then after that, we would go through and say, okay, we need to look at a bigger piece. Let's look at 10, the 1 and the 0 next to each other. Think of it like it's a 10. So how many times does 3 go evenly into 10? Well, that would only be 3 times. And then once I establish the beginning of my quotient, then I'm supposed to multiply through 3 times 3, which is going to give me 9. And this is all part of the standard algorithm, and I'll go ahead and write up here, this is where you multiply. And once we've done that, then we are expected to subtract 9 from the part of the dividend that we were using. So we're going to take 9 from 10, which is going to result in 1. And then the other part of the standard algorithm is that you are then supposed to bring down the next digit of your dividend, so that way we have a new value to work with. That would be 11. And that completes one round of the long division process. So now let's complete the long division process. Let's go through this one more time. And now we're going to look at how many times will 3 go into 11. And 3 will go into 11 again 3 times. I'm going to multiply with that 3 to the divisor to get 9 again. And then I'm going to subtract 9 from 11, and that gives me 2, which represents the remainder. So I'm going to take the quotient and the remainder, and I'm going to end up using them here in the division algorithm. It does also say up here to state the quotient as Q and the remainder as R. So over here I'll say Q is equal to 33 and R is equal to 2. But back over here on the answer for 101 divided by 3, it's going to be 33 plus 2 divided by 3, which would be equivalent to saying the mixed number 33 and 2/3. So that would give us the result of the division. So you can think of the quotient as being the whole number part of your answer, and then the remainder along with the divisor helps you to be able to get the fractional or the decimal part of your answer.